Welcome to the Conquering Hill Talk Show and Morning Podcast, Morning Talk Show. I'm getting mixed up. Not a surprise. How are you doing today? Today on February 27th, I'm your host, Nicholas Ganger, and any way you slice it, I'm going to dice it. Thank you for joining me. Truly appreciate it wherever you are. If it's cold, getting a little warmer outside, maybe spring's knocking on the door in a few weeks. Or if you're on vacation, wherever the hell you are, if you decide to take a listen, I truly appreciate you spending your time. Hopefully, I can create a little bit of value, entertainment for you, or some inspiration, motivation for your day. Here we are in the Sour Salt Hostel, and I wanted to talk to you about you only having 24 hours, much like I do here, because tomorrow I have to get ready to fly back. It's a 24-hour process of basically the way our schedule is with getting buses and taxis and flights. It's basically a 24-hour travel day, sometimes even more, 26 hours. So that's why I was kind of inspired to speak with you today about having only 24 hours left in a day. You know that, I know that. You only have 24 hours today. I only have 24 hours in a day. We all have that same amount of time, not a big idea. It's not. This has been going on for how long, right? The sun comes up, the sun goes down, the moon comes out, the moon leaves us. What are you doing with your 24 hours? That is the question now, right? So we all have that same amount of time. On average, we sleep a third of the day. On average, we go to work a third of the day. And on average, we have a third of the day for ourselves. So how we use that last slice of time, that last third of the day, really is going to depend how you live. It's going to depend. It's going to determine how you separate yourself from everyone else, in the same field as you, in the same classroom as you, on the same, athletic field, basketball court, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. It's going to determine how you separate yourself from everyone else. Is that last third of time, that last slice of time that you have, that I have, we all have, right? So that particular piece of the day, of your week, of your month, of your year, that is where the work is truly done. That is where you can really excel and become exactly who you're meant to be. So it's up to you what you're going to do with that last, on average, 8 hours a day. What are you going to do with that time? So if you think about it, if you're already 30 years old, or no matter your age, a third of your life, you will be sleeping on average. So imagine that. You make it 100 years, a third of your life, you're going to be sleeping. It's incredible, right? Incredible. If you think about it in those terms. Now, once you join the workforce, a third of your life, you're going to be working. So on average, you already have 2/3 of your life consumed by things you need. You need to sleep, right? You can't get away from it, right? But on average, that's what we're most of our time on this earth. 33% of the time, we're sleeping, which we do need to actually live, to have a healthy life. We need that rest. But then once we enter the workforce, a third of our life, maybe even more than a third, is putting the time in, punching that clock, going to work every single day when we don't want to, waking up early when we don't want to, going to work for someone that we don't want to, doing something over and over again when we're not happy. But if you're lucky enough, you're actually going to work and you're loving it. It doesn't feel like work. So that third of your day, of your life, it's really important, because if you're not doing something every single day that at least most days you enjoy or like, if you're in a trap, if you're stuck in that quicksand of work where you can't get out of it, and it's just dragging you down every single day, and it just sucks, but you got to do it because you know the choice. That's a very lonely place to be, and it can be very, very difficult to get out of. But you have to make those steps. You really have to go for it and just like start taking those incremental steps. We're like, I don't want to do this anymore. I need to go back to school, learn a new skill, or I need to find another job. I need to apply somewhere else. If you don't enjoy it, don't do it, because you're committing, in the words of Les Brown, spiritual suicide, and you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that to your soul. You don't want to waste at least almost a third of your life working and doing something you don't enjoy. So that last third, that last slice of time that you have, that I have, that we all have, what are we doing with it? I would argue that's the most important time of your day. I mean, sometimes we use it just being lazy and just relaxing because we're so tired. We get home from work, depending on what we do, in manual labor or construction. We woke up early to get to our job. It was a stressful day. We just want to relax, unwind, have a drink, a glass of wine. Smoke a joint, whatever it is. That last 8 hours of your day, that last third of your day, no matter what it is, wherever you are, you want to utilize that time. And it's not just to a healthy state where you think, I'm okay now, but I gotta do it all again tomorrow. Instead of when you're getting out of your job and you realize I have, you know, 6, 7, 8 hours of my day left where I can actually, go outside, go for a hike, you know, go swim in the ocean, get some exercise, and I can learn how to play an instrument. I can continue reading the book I've been reading. I can continue writing the book I've been writing. I can continue working on my this project or house projects, home improvements. All these things that you can use this time for, which I'm sure most of you do. If not all of you, I'm sure you use that slice of your time, that slice of your day to improve, whether it's your home, yourself, your relationships. I'm sure you do use that time, but are you maximizing it? Are you just, some days you do a couple things and you feel like you accomplished something, but in all actuality, you wasted about 4 hours of that time. You might have got something done in a half hour. You felt like, yes, I did it. I'm done now. Now I just can relax. We have a lot of time to relax. We're gonna have an eternity to relax when our name is called, when our number is called to leave this earth. Right? When it's all said and done, we're gonna have a lot of time to relax. So don't get too comfortable and think every single day is a good time to relax. That's not what life's about. Right? You want to leave your footprint on this earth. You want to leave some positive um, impacts on others. Leaving a legacy for your family, for your community. You want people to remember you for what you accomplished and who you were, what you stood for. I want you to be proud of yourself that you gave it your all. Maybe life wasn't perfect along the way, and you made mistakes, because we all make mistakes. That's part of life. Get over it. We're gonna move forward though. So, but what are you gonna do? What are you gonna when it's all said and done, and you have an opportunity to look back in your life? I want you to be proud of yourself. I want you to be proud of the life that you lived. Right? I want you to be so proud that you wouldn't change a thing. Zero regrets. So that's you. That's your opportunity. But you're gonna have to use that third of your day, that slice of your day that is yours. So how are you going to use those 24 hours? Right? Um, I made a commitment to myself to wake up early, to get some exercise and meditation in before I come live streaming here on my Facebook page and YouTube channel. You can always catch the replay on YouTube and Spotify. But I made a commitment to myself to do this first, as you know, to create some structure in my life, to make sure I exercised every single day. It might not be, I'm not going to the gym for 3 or 4 hours, nothing like that. But if I can get, a good 15 to 20 minutes in of exercise before some meditation and get ready for the morning talk show, I'm on the right path. I've already accomplished what I set out to do. I'm holding myself accountable. And that's very important, right? So if you say you're going to do something, you need to go out and do it. There's there's no way around it. You have to honor your word. There's nothing more aggravating and asinine than hearing someone tell you they're going to do something, they never do it. I mean, here in Panama, for example, people tell me, "Yeah, I'll be there tomorrow. I'll finish that tomorrow. I'll do this. I'll do that," and they forget, or they don't do it, or they don't show up. Maybe that's a problem worldwide. I don't know, but it's in terms of some workers that I've dealt with over the years, that's like, dude, if you can't do it, if you're not going to be here, just tell me. I don't care. Please just tell me. Just be honest and tell me straight up you're not going to be here tomorrow. Okay, I can't do it tomorrow. Don't tell me, yeah, I'll be here. Don't show up. I make all these plans and I'm ready to do whatever is needed to be done that particular day, and all of a sudden the person never shows up. It's aggravating. Just say it. I don't get it. Like, what's the big deal? You can do it, you can't do it. You can do it, you can't do it. Right? So honor your word. It's very important in this life because sometimes that's all we have. Right? People used to make deals with handshakes and you know from the word of mouth, right? I promise you I'm going to do this. You have my word, I'm going to do this. And they shake hands. Not anymore, right? Not anymore. So that last third of the day is your time. Obviously, if we have family, we want to make sure we're spending quality time, being present in the moment. You know, again, there's only so much time we have with our children growing up that we know how fast they grow up. My oldest is going to be 14 next month. Holy shit, she's going to be 14. What the hell is that, right? My little ones are 4 and 6. Like this, blink of an eye, blink of an eye. So we want to make sure we carve out a significant amount of time with our loved ones because in the end, family and our loved ones is all we have, right? Right. Those are our blood. That's our blood. So make sure we were spending quality time with them and being present in the moment, creating memories that we can always look back on, right? So that requires some of your time, but there's still a large portion of that third available to you for self-improvement, to get better, to get healthier, to get smarter, to get stronger. So you got to utilize that particular period of the day because you had that amount of time. I have the same amount of time. Everyone around us has the same amount of time. We all know this. I've repeated it. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? I mean, you could set up your day in certain sections, but if you just took a piece of paper and you wrote down, my third of the day, and you jotted down, start with 5 things. Your third of the day should be hopefully on average around 8 hours, maybe depending on your work schedule, how you sleep. But okay, just start with 5 things. 5 things that you would like to do to improve yourself, to have a great day, to maximize your time throughout that day. Just write down 5 things. What would you write down? What would you want to accomplish today in your window of time that's meant for you? Not for your boss, not for your company that you're working for, not for the sleep, you're resting, you need it, please get it. Very important in life, right? I'll always say sleep and water. Sleep and water. You can have a significant amount of sleep, not oversleeping, not being lazy, not sleeping 10, 11, 12 hours a day because you just don't want to roll out of bed. Okay, we're not teenagers anymore. You have to get up, right? Drinking a shitload of water. If you can drink a glass of water every single hour, you're on the right track. And then your time. That slice of time. What are you gonna do with it? Write down 5 things. Write down 5 things that you want to accomplish in your slice of time. It's your time. Yeah, you do want to spend some quality time with your children and with your spouse. Write it down. I do want to get, a half hour workout in. I do want to go for a walk. I do want to go for a hike. I do want to ride my bike. I do want to continue reading this book and finish this book I've been putting down, putting off. I do it. I'll start reading a book, and then for whatever reason, I just put it down, and it's hard to pick back up again. You know, I'm guilty as they come. You know, there are a plethora of things that you can do in that particular time frame to become better, to maximize your day, to create the life that you want. So if you can string together all these days, string together your slice of time, you can watch yourself exponentially grow in whatever field you want, however you want it is. Physically, mentally, spiritually, you want to get better, you want to look better, you want to feel better, you want to change the course of direction where you think your life may be going, but you don't want to head in that direction. Maybe your circumstances right now are very difficult. You're trying to get out of certain situations that is very difficult to get out of. You're trying to beat certain addictions, trying to quit certain substances. It starts with action. Identify what you want to do, what you want to get rid of out of your life. Identify the habits you want to create, and start using that slice of time to feel better about yourself, to feel like you're bringing something to to this world, benefit to this life of yours, because you all have the ability. We all have the ability. You're an amazing person. You are an amazing person living in this space and time, in a beautiful space and time. As crazy as this world is, and sometimes as horrible as this world can be, and as much as it can crush all of us at any single moment with pain, it can tear us down at any single second. This is still a beautiful life worth living. You know, not numbing ourselves, not numbing the pain every single day with certain substances and vices that we have that, make us forget about the world and forget about our current day-to-day monotonous life. Use that slice of time. Utilize that slice of time. And you'll enjoy it. You'll look forward to that period of the day where it's all yours, it's all for you. You can use that time in any which way you want to use it, but you're going to maximize it, and you're going to gain from it. Because remember, a third of your life you will be sleeping, and once you hit the workforce, a third of your life will be working for either for yourself or somebody else. Majority of people work for someone else, and then you have another third of your life to create the life you want. And possibly, if you use that third of your life to create the life you want, you can get back that second third where you're going to work for someone else. And all actuality, you're working for yourself. Since I've been back here at the hostel, it's a lot of, maybe I did get to go to the beach, which was great. Went to a pool park for another day. So I've been here got here the 11th, 12th, got here on the 12th. Today's like day 15. So 2.5 of those days, 2.5 of those days were relaxing. I don't know if I would even call it 2.5. Because some of those days, I'm trying to keep my kids alive, not drown. So I'm not sure how much relaxing that is, but trying to keep them alive. 2.5 days. The rest of the time, from the morning I'm waking up, pretty much to the evening before I'm calling it a day, putting in, shower, going to bed. The time is being utilized to come speak with you. Self-improvement, a lot of cleaning and reorganizing and advertising and working towards for this business. But the morning I wake up to almost the time I go to bed. So that's because I'm in that shell. I'm in that shell of working for myself here, working towards my goals and dreams here. What are you going to do with your rest of time? That is the question. How are you going to utilize it? That is the question. So I want to thank you today for joining me here in my live Facebook page and YouTube channel. I'm your host, Nicholas Gang, here from the Conquering Hill Morning Talk Show and Podcast. I want to thank you again for spending some time with me. Hopefully I get to see you soon. I will be in transit starting tomorrow, so I will not be back until the following Monday. I'll be back up north in the cold, but it's been great to be here. Thank you for listening. I'll talk to you soon.